A writer writes in, or a commenter, writer, they could be a writer, a commenter who could be a writer, writes in, when I'm talking, my husband will abruptly say, got it. How do you convey it is dismissive and actually, as you said, can leave me feeling not heard? And this is also referencing to the dealing with people who cut you off or won't stop talking video, which we'll leave a link below for that if you want to jump to it. Well, how do you handle it?
Well, I'm Cathy Bartoli from theintimacydojo.com.
Got it. And I'm Reid from readaboutsex.com.
So my first approach would be to share that I understand that might be a good way for you to, that you feel like you're conveying that you heard me, but I feel very cut off when you say that. And see if they can hear you at that level.
I would build into the relationship an interesting exercise of recreation. Honey, thank you so much for getting me. Could you please put into your own words what I just said? Ask each other, and allow your husband to do this to you too, right? Just don't be like, only you get to recreate me. I'm perfect. Ask each other just to kind of check in, and can you recreate what I just said for you? It's what's called in the nonviolent communication world active listening. It's also called active listening and some other things in a lot of other places, but it's the idea of, oh, so what I heard you say is such and such. And then at a kind of black belt level, you could do the Texas switch with your husband, and you guys can start doing the, rather than saying got it, have them be like, oh, so what I heard you say was X, Y, and Z. And then maybe your husband can replace the got it with the what I heard you say. And what you end up doing is checking in with each other for accuracy. Mm-hmm. And it will deepen the leaving each other feeling heard, while also just kind of double checking that I'm actually getting what you're saying. Because often, and this isn't even a malicious thing, like we hear or make what you said mean something completely different. It's just a human thing.
And it could also be that your husband might be feeling overwhelmed. Maybe he has a lot of stress at work or something and is having a hard time being present for you. So he might actually mean, please stop talking right now, but not know how to say it. So finding out what the person really means, asking them to share where they're at and what they're feeling, can at least let you know. That doesn't mean you shouldn't share with your partner. That's part of being in a relationship. But you might find that you go and hang out with your girlfriends for a good friend first and have a practice conversation or share and get some of that out, so that when you are with your husband, you don't need to share as much, or, you know, depending on what both of you need. He may need less time that's sharing for a while things are stressful at work.
Mm-hmm. What you can also do when you're not trying to have a conversation is have a side conversation of, so I want to understand what you mean when you say got it, mm-hmm. because maybe I'm just not getting what got it means. And it could be something like maybe you're not feeling heard, mm-hmm. maybe because, the person that you love says got it. But what they're trying to tell you is I'm actually getting it. And maybe you're repeating yourself, or maybe I've heard this before, or maybe we've talked about this before, and now when I say got it, what I mean is you've represenced me to this context. I'm on the same page as you. Continue.
Yeah.
And so you guys might have different, canceling each other out kind of definitions of the languaging that you use. So you can have a conversation about clarity of terms. Have that conversation when you guys are having a really good day, so that trying to have that conversation inside of another conversation is just like you're juggling an apple now when you were juggling bowling balls, and if you take a bite out of the wrong one, you know what that is.
Yeah. So we'd love to know what you notice, what terms you use when you want to signal that you've been paying attention, you got it. So I often go, yes, yes. And sometimes that gets me in trouble because someone thinks I'm agreeing when I'm like, yes, I understood what you just said. Mm-hmm. So what do you use to signal, I got it?
Leave your comments below or your video response.